Look, blaming the media for an injury that took place on a basketball court or football field is absolutely ridiculous. It takes me back to my high school days where I might have actually attempted the old "my dog ate my homework" trick, which of course didn't work. Hey, welcome back to the House of Takes Late Night Show. As always, North America, I am Dave Dubois coming to you live and, of course, on tape from the heart of the Silicon Valley. Today's show, as you can see, is all about LeBron James actually blaming the media for Joel Embiid's injury. And I like to call that absolutely 100% without a doubt a ridiculous statement. But there might have been a bigger reason why LeBron James actually put this statement out today. It's not like anybody was interviewing him. This was a tweet that he actually put out. And it just deflects away from maybe the bigger issue that was going on with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers and the rumors around LeBron James possibly being traded away from the Los Angeles Lakers. The Joel Embiid story might have just been a cover. Look, LeBron James doesn't do anything that he doesn't want to do. I know that sounds a little Nick Sirianni-ish, if you will. I don't coach the offense. I'm not the head coach of the defense. I'm not the head coach of the special teams. I'm not the head coach of the defense. I'm the head coach of the team. I know it's an obvious statement, but when you look at where LeBron James was when the day broke, there was a tweet put out by Rich Paul, his agent, that essentially said LeBron James is not asking to be traded and essentially does not want to be traded. Throughout the day, there's been a bit of a roller coaster ride on this. We've had reports coming from the Los Angeles Lakers that say the Lakers are not going to trade and are not attempting to trade LeBron James at this point. But if you're the Lakers, should you be even considering trading LeBron James at this point? Regardless of all of that, that certainly ties back into LeBron James's tweets that he put out about Joel Embiid. Let's talk about somebody else. Let's not talk about myself today was probably part of the motive here, because if you think about it, how could the media be responsible for a grown person who knows his body to actually blame the media for the injury? Now, the backstory on all of this, of course, is, the fact that Joel Embiid has missed some games already this season, and he missed some of those games against some of the better teams in the NBA. There's like 5 games that he had missed against some of the top tier talent in the National Basketball Association so far this season. The Timberwolves, by the way, being one of them, which would have been a game that I'm sure he thought he could rest before the start of the season, because he probably didn't think the Timberwolves were going to be such a good team as they actually are, at least during the regular season. So Joel Embiid missed those games, and then we know what happened in Indiana. He hurt his knee again, and look, the guy could barely walk off of the court. Then he decided he was going to try to play against the Denver Nuggets. He went into warmups, had been listed as active for the game, and a couple minutes before the start of the game, Joel Embiid was scratched. He was scratched, and the note that came out from the Philadelphia 76ers said that it was a doctor's decision to scratch Joel Embiid. So fast forward to a couple days later, and suddenly the Philadelphia 76ers find themselves at Chase Center in San Francisco, and Joel Embiid decides he's going to play. There's video of Joel Embiid attempting to go for a rebound, and he can't even jump off of his bum knee. Look, blaming the media for Joel Embiid's injury is absolutely ridiculous. If anybody is to blame here, and take the player out of the equation just for a second, because there are those players that are going to play through pain. They don't care, and they're going to do whatever they have to do, which is why teams actually have doctors, and those doctors and physicians are there to essentially be the safety nets for the players. Like, they have the ultimate thumbs up or thumbs down authority when it comes to who gets to play and who isn't going to play. So if there's any blame that you want to put out on anybody, LeBron, it should be on the physical fitness staff and the doctors of the Philadelphia 76ers, who absolutely deserve 100% of the blame for allowing Joel Embiid to play in that game against the Golden State Warriors. I watched the game, and it was sad. He obviously shouldn't have been out there. Like, in the NFL, prior to the concussion protocol programs that we have today, it became very clear at times back in the 90s and the 2000s, when a player had a concussion and was still on the field, if you know what I mean. You could at times really tell when somebody shouldn't have been out there. So the NFL finally got their act together and have a system in place to deal with that. The NBA has a system in place as well. And the part that failed here wasn't members of the press who had been writing about Joel Embiid possibly not being able to play 65 games and win back-to-back MVPs. It wasn't that. It wasn't people who write with a pen. It wasn't people who used to write with pencils, or people that write on their typewriters, or people that use their computers to write stories or dictate to Siri and write stories. It wasn't any of that. That is in no way going to force a doctor to make a doctor's decision. At least it shouldn't. And it certainly isn't going to feel Joel Embiid in one way or another. At least it shouldn't. It shouldn't have any impact, because you have that safety net of the doctors and the physicians that travel with these basketball teams. It is. And LeBron knows this. An absolutely ridiculous statement, which takes me back to my conspiracy theory, if you will. Look, LeBron James never does anything, as I mentioned before, that he doesn't mean to do. In other words, like, he rarely puts anything out into the world without carefully thinking about what the ramifications are of that. He put the hourglass out the other night. Cryptic as it may be, it certainly means something to that Los Angeles Laker organization. LeBron James today woke up, saw the news breaking that he was possibly going to be traded, and decided to deflect that information in a couple different ways. The strategy session that may have happened probably involved Rich Paul saying, I'm going to put out a tweet and I'm basically going to deny. And then LeBron said, okay, and then I'm going to put out something else, not about me, but about a different topic entirely. And that is exactly what happened today on February 2nd of the year 2024. All right. That's it for tonight's House of Takes late night show. Hey, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, and of course like this video, please go ahead and do so. As always, I am Dave Dubois, wishing you all a tremendous rest of your sports viewing day.